Strickland with Scrapbook Blessings. This week I went whole hog mixed media. This is the piece that I'm going to show you how I made it. I really wanted to talk about how to make these little dimensional embellishments that I found something similar at Hobby Lobby, but then I also wanted to show those things in a project. So I take you very quickly through the process of creating this cute little wall hanging that I am going to hang with all of my Valentine stuff. So we're continuing with the Valentine's theme this week, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thanks, bye! Hey everybody, this is the project I'm going to make this time with my silhouette. And where it all started, I went to Hobby Lobby and I saw these cute dimensional stickers, and I thought, man, I can totally make stuff like this. And these have been around. There's some at Target and in different places. I just like the hot air balloons. So I did buy one package to remind myself kind of how they looked and stuff like that. These have a little banner that they put around that you can tuck up, and they have little, they're sewn up the middle, and then they've got a little heart-shaped bling there at the bottom. So that's kind of my goal, to kind of make something like that. So with my silhouette, I decided I'd make 3 different shapes. I cut out hearts. This is all using an authentic paper line from a couple years ago. I cut out some balloons, and you can see that my balloons are a little bigger than the ones, but I wanted my balloons to be a little bigger. It's one of the great things about silhouette. And I cut out some butterflies. And you know, you can make these any size or whatever. You just need to cut out 3 of each. Then you layer them and sew them together. That's simple. 3 of them layered and sewn together. I used my sewing machine for this, and just a simple straight stitch. It went super fast. And here I'm showing you how you can fluff them up so that they'll be dimensional. This was the easiest thing. This part of the project took me maybe 15 minutes. So you could make a ton of these, and for what? The cost of a sheet of paper? Super cheap. So I also wanted to demonstrate that if you don't have a sewing machine, you could just use a little glue, and I use wet glue here because I think wet glue is stronger when it dries. So I just put a little wet glue down the middle, and then I folded the wings up a bit, or I glued the little butterfly together, and then I pushed the wings back. And I just made it so that it stuck down right at the little center of the body. So you get kind of the same look without having to have a sewing machine, but I like the sewn aspect of the ones that I used. Okay, so this is just going to be a really super quick tutorial on how I made that wall hanging. I'm throwing down my matte medium, and I've got this sped up to 4 times so that it took me a while to put together this this canvas, but I'm just going to kind of quickly take you through the steps here. So I put the text paper down. I'm putting down doilies, and these are all die cuts that I made with my silhouette, different ones that I had, that I'm putting on top of that text paper for a little bit of dimension and some doilies. Okay, that's all I'm doing, just putting them down, and I set this aside and let it dry. So then so then I'm going to show you how I'm going to paint this. Notice that I didn't cover it with gesso. To me, I want to see the text paper through this. I didn't put it there to not see it. So I mixed up some acrylic paints to make a kind of tealy blue, because green and red speak to each other. So I wanted my blue to be on the green side of blue. And I'm adding glazing medium. That's what you see there, Liquitex glazing medium. What glazing medium does is it makes it transparent. And you might say, well, it seems really transparent at this point. It does, but I'm going to put more layers on here, and I want to be able to see that text through there. So I like that. So then the next thing I'm going to work with are these F&W liquid inks, which I love. It gives you almost a watercolor effect, except it's an acrylic ink. So when it dries, it's dry. these are super, super fun, and I don't see them often enough, I guess, or very often in mixed media work. And they kind of solve a lot of the problems that we have in mixed media. You know, we want that watery look, but we don't want it to lift when we add new layers. Well, this stuff, once it's dry, it does not lift. And it's a little transparent. So I'm loving these inks. I got mine at Hobby Lobby, just use the coupon. I'm also taking the inks and applying them with a brush here so that I can really pull out the textures that were in those die cuts, and I'm applying water and really just pushing that ink to move. And I do quite a lot of this, and I cut some of it out because it would get boring to see me just spreading ink and dabbing and spreading and dabbing, but that's what I do basically. And see, I add water and cause it to move, and then I dab. And you've seen, I'm sure, lots of mixed media artists work this way. Add the water, ask it to move. I'm using a darker ink now to just bring in some value, so it's not all light and not all dark, a little bit of all the values. Right, so I'm doing some splatters here, and I took it offline to dry it. All right, so these are some old rub-ons that I had, and I'm at the process where I'm going to go ahead and decorate this canvas. So I'm putting on these rub-ons and adding glitter. These rub-ons are old, really old. And so I just figured it was time to use them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using the rub-ons that I've had in my stash for ever and hoarded. Rub-ons aren't a good thing to hoard, though. I didn't realize that, I think, when I first got them. But hoarding a rub-on, they just go bad. So I spent some time off camera fiddling, and now I'm going to start applying my embellishments to it. So I put a doily on there, and I'm adding it with the matte medium because that holds it down. And also just some lace that I had in my stash that I got at a thrift store, and I'm also applying that with the matte medium so it lays down nice and flat. And I've got this sped up super fast. So I'm going to apply some more lace. I'm trying to create a sort of triangle effect, and a lot of times that's what we do with these, with a piece, is you try to create eye movement and 3 points of interest, one that's larger than the other two, and create a triangle of area for the eye to travel. So that's kind of what I'm working on here. And all of these are silhouette die cuts, all of them, just different ones. I had that love that I die cut, and of course here's my little balloons and one of my heart puffies that I made. These letters air. These are all from the same paper pad as well. So I really enjoyed this this project. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to having it in my Valentine's decorative collection. I had stamped on paper with little tiny font in the air, is in the, and I just punch about with a little square punch. It's a stamp that Stampin' Up! Had about 10 years ago. And then I'm adding some stickles. You'll see me adding stickles, and of course I don't force you to watch me add all the stickles because I added a lot of stickles. So I cut some of that out because I could be stickling forever. And then I'm just adding a couple of little blings down there, like are in the original stickers. That's a little cutout heart from the paper line. And the little crown is one that I made. And that'll be it for my project today. I hope you enjoyed it.